way you can stop me anymore. The heart's jockey when I talk. Better let me Jojo pose and the body's on the floor like more. I wanted us, so do I adore. Mad ting. Hacky of a champion, hacky of a captain, hacky of a black kid. Looking like I stepped out a manga pan and I got active. Wish I better wouldn't I tell him about axe kick. Stepped into the bum and I definitely know that's it. How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing. Never take backflip, whack a death anytime that it's action. Powers go up, scouters go nuts, pop off your ear and blow up. So pass a scan, make a man down. And you know what? You'll understand when the Japanese words show up. Menacing. Smash everything. Menacing. Don't let me.
With me they get goldoed, act like a bunch of wallies and waldos. They took it blue, so what's he put the crew on lock? They gon' move and drop a new goalpost. I got the gold no men should have. Bold so desperate, Dan. Read the man, so they gon' make the man. Got more fuel in the petrol tank. Cause I'm menacing, straight up need no editing. Drop a man, they've been jettisoned. They could act like my nemesis. Lord of this, my new genesis. I'm constructing new sentences. Lose my mind like the bloody nine. When I touch the mic, I'm so venomous, huh? Leaving chickens Kentucky fried. They've been brushed aside, they're too negative, huh?
Menacing. Smash everything. Menacing. Don't let him on. Hit him with a dart, Black Ranger, come like a mastodon. Man, break up the legs on this path I'm on. They blatantly won't survive half as long. I'm taking the onomatopoeia, but I catch these bars if you can catch these bars. And when I actually laugh, for a pub make it catch these bars. Type 888 in the chat or my flow might smother you. You see LOLs, I see W's. Costal guys, all lies and subterfuge. Menacing vibes in the air when I'm coming through. Shadow noise, now no choice. Battle low, better now rejoice. And let me show you like the sauce from soy. Better cow when I'm all with my mouth and voice. Menacing. Smash everything. Menacing. Don't let him in. Yo, come here, boy. Stay there, boy. Sit down, boy. Stand up, boy. Speak up, boy. Go for the throne, you won't destroy. Drop 'em in the ocean and float like, boy. Come here, boy. Stay there, boy. Sit down, boy. Shoot them, boy. Go for the throne, you won't destroy. Drop 'em in the ocean and float like a frost axe. So I swung back. I don't give a damn who I lunge at. Stun man quick, then I hit that trick like a punch bag. Dwarf swag, upgrade the drip with just one tap. Straight toss, leave many craters. Hate the creators. Big beard longer than my patience. Fan air erasers. Trust and betray us. I just wanna keep the boy safe from the hatred. Path of vengeance, my scars remember. I can't pretend it's not hard to mention. I'm past repentance. The darkness sets in. The Spartans come like father, like son. Ash to ash from the highest peak and open up the bag. I know she found her peace and I am glad for that. I gotta try and be some kind of actual dad. Leave my home if you can't feel pain, make it bleed and mold. Big axe in my hand, make it feel like home. Put the giants back, I tell them 3-5-4. Kick a droga in the midgard, quick time, then rip the soul out of a boulder. It's mine, so if I throw one shot, he can hold my axe to the head right through to his insides. Me and my boy want none of your nonsense. Bodies get chopped up if they try cross us. Show 'em what frost us, rearrange postures, Spartan rage. If you wanna see monsters, sins of the past on my conscience. I'm fighting with a nose on my neck and it's tightening cause Magni and Moldy, pulled up and Thor. All one piece of the god of war. Come here, boy. Stay there, boy. Sit down, boy. Stand up, boy. Speak up, boy. Go for the throne, you won't destroy. Drop 'em in the ocean and float like, boy. Come here, boy. Stay there, boy. Sit down, boy. Shoot them, boy. Go for the throne, you won't destroy. Drop 'em in the ocean and float like. Die in the snake eyes. I tear temples apart and I shake lives. Better take 5 on On the late 9 of the realms congregate within a great light. Let them know that playtime's over. I'm wiser and older. Tried getting closure from hatred, growing like a noser. Sins of the father, sins of the son, but he can't know the things that I've done. So I'm running from the man that I was and the one he's becoming. The gods could be spiteful, selfish and cunning. They think I'm a rival, a beast that's nothing to lose, but they're stuck in the stupid cycle. Be better, do better, and every time your feet mess up, you get up. Someone never heed lessons, lose tempers, but if they bring extreme pressure, use weapons. Talon bow, arrows go in the shallow snow. Swing blades for the chaos, a cool machination straight from the dais. Slay dragons with an axe and a Atreus. Move it, don't make me get runic. Tear wings off of Valkyries too quick. Stay low key, don't involve me or get burned by the son of the god of war. Get them, boy, dead them, boy, smash them, boy, slay them, boy. Show them the bow when they won't enjoy. Drop them in the ocean and float like, boy, smash them, boy, grab them, boy, slash them, boy, slay them, boy. Show them the bow when they won't enjoy. Drop them in the ocean and float like, boy, get them, boy, dead them, boy, smash them, boy, slay them, boy. Show them the bow when they won't enjoy. Drop them in the ocean and float like, boy, smash them, boy, grab them, boy, slash them, boy, slay them, boy. Show them the bow when they won't enjoy. Drop them in the ocean and float like, boy.
Yo, what up? What up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? Big up. Loyal B-Dog, could you do me a favor? I didn't actually manage to put a message out in Discord. Could you let the Discord people them know that we're doing this bars breakdown? It's a new thing. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Big up Little Beast, OEDS, Relax. Who else we got in? Loyal B-Dog. Big up the lurkers as well. I see you. See you. We're live on Twitch, also live on YouTube as well. Sage Mage, what's up? However, I'm mainly seeing the messages from Twitch. So if you are on YouTube and you want a response to your message, please on Twitch. Back from a show? No. This is how I hang out during the day. This is how we do a Sunday. So yeah, I don't want to, because we're recording this for YouTube, so I don't want to give too much of a long preamble and whatnot, because this will be a video for my second channel, Shao Go Explore on YouTube. I got my juice. My wife made me a smoothie. This has got avocado, celery, all kind of stuff in here. Ginger in here as well. It's really nice. Stay healthy, dudes. So yeah, I don't want to give you too much of a long preamble, but this is a new thing that I'm thinking that I want to do for my releases, because a lot of work, a lot of time and effort goes into my songs and into my songwriting process. In case you can't tell as to why it takes me a minute to actually release stuff, I don't release stuff every week or anything like that, because I really sit down and put a lot of thought into my lyrics. And it makes me very happy to know that I've put a lot of thought into my lyrics, because I can listen years later and be like, yeah, this is dope. But I do notice when I'm watching reactions, God bless the reactors, I seriously appreciate every person who reacts to my music, but I do notice that some of the bars go over people's heads, and maybe some of what I'm doing and what I'm messing about with in terms of concepts and ideas doesn't quite get picked up on in the way I want it to be. So I figured I'm just going to make this series where I talk about my releases from my perspective, what I was thinking, explain the Japanese, explain the wordplay, and then at least it's out there for anybody who's really, really interested to know more. And I will also take questions towards the end if you have anything that you really wanted to know about the track or about the creation process. So without further ado, to quote Darnell Bradley, why don't we get into this and just start talking about the song rather than talking about the song. Big up to everybody who's tuned in. This is for the Shao Go YouTube channel. Let's go. So it was actually my wife's idea. So let me explain what I was thinking. Who do I normally watch when you watch people react? I watch everybody who reacts to my stuff, and I always try and make an effort to comment on their stuff and promote it, because I appreciate when people react to my music, so I want to try and push my audience towards their channel to help them grow as well. It's a symbiotic process, you know. But yeah, so to start this off, this song Menacing was essentially about the Japanese characters, the kind of square that's missing a piece on the right hand side, is the character for Go in katakana. Now katakana, quick Japanese lesson, is the I don't want to call it an alphabet because it's not an alphabet, but the character system in Japanese, it's meant to represent a kind of rumbling sound or a menacing presence or feeling. The great thing about, and the interesting, because I did a lot of research into this, the interesting thing about Japanese onomatopoeia, they call it gitego, I believe, is that it's, whereas onomatopoeia in English represents sounds such as ba, for sheep or moo or a cow or whatever. Japanese gitego or onomatopoeia represents ideas, feelings. So you can say waku waku, which is the feeling of excitement, or doki doki is the sound of a heart beating fast. So it represents, oh, my heart's beating fast, I'm excited, you know, that kind of thing, or I'm scared, that sort of thing. I think para para or pera pera, something like that, is when somebody's talking too much with their mouth full, something like that. There's lots of weird ideas and representations within this onomatopoeia, right? So I went down a whole rabbit hole with this and thought this would be really cool to write a song about, centering around the menacing idea, because I think the whole menacing meme is hilarious, and I wanted to write a song about that first and foremost. So I got this beat from Nutty P, and I heard it. I was like, that sounds straight up menacing. I'm going to write a song called Menacing, and it's going to be about the Japanese sound effects in manga. And that's basically what the song is about, first and foremost, because I saw people getting confused because I have a JoJo Bizarre Adventure artwork, but it wasn't a JoJo song. People are like, I don't understand. It's like, it's not that difficult, but that's the explanation, okay? So it's all about sound effects from manga and sound effects from Japanese media in general. So with that in mind, my wife suggested that I start the song with the sound effects of the Den Den Mushi from One Piece, the snail phones, which go better, 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 better. And I love it. I love that sound. So that's why it started like that. Like so. This is my studio, by the way, and I am just flexing. Someone said I was flexing all of my stuff. I am flexing. I've got so much cool stuff. Big up to Forge of Rathalos, who made this, who made the Saiyan armor for me. I love it. It's pride and place. There's my award where I won the hardest working artist award. These characters I collected throughout my teenage years, and I finally had an opportunity to display them in my studio. That's a signed art piece from Sonny. Oh, why am I blanking on his name? Sonny, the guy who voices Usopp and Krillin. Sonny Strait. That's a signed piece from him, and he drew it as well. I had the Den Den Mushi, the snail phone, made specifically for this video as well. It's now in my studio. Tell me, can you hear my vocals okay above the music? Because I don't want to stop and pause too much. What really attracted me about this beat, first of all, was just the way it starts and then the drop. It was like, it takes you in a completely different direction. So yeah, that's the go character that I'm talking about there, right? So then in the chorus, when I go, 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 menacing, I'm saying go as in forward go, but I'm also saying go as in the character for menacing. So I'm really actually proud of that wordplay specifically, first of all. Make the music a little lower. Okay, sorry, 1 second. I can remember. Black hole. Alright, let's try that. Is anyone getting ads? Well, you might be getting ads. You have to subscribe if you want. If you don't want ads, if you've got Twitch Prime, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. I can't help you with the ads, unfortunately. That's a Twitch thing. Anyway, so that's the wordplay there with the go.
Menacing.
Now, originally, I just wanted to say menacing, and that's it. But I felt that was a little bit too empty. But realistically, with music, sometimes you just want to let the music do its thing. I didn't want to fill this chorus with words. I just felt it needed to just let the music speak for itself, and I just intersperse things, which is why the chorus is so sparse. But performing it, it goes off. It's definitely a mosh pit song. I'm looking forward to performing it at NPC in particular, because I think this will go off. I performed this for the first time in Slovakia, and it definitely went off. I had myself, my wife, and 2 friends come into the studio to do the go, 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 go in the background, because I wanted it to be massive. Opening bar, because I know a lot of people can't see it, and actually I'm going to put the subtitles on as well so that you can read it along. The opening bar is throw your pocky on the floor. I don't know where that came from. I was just imagining what's the nerdiest thing I could say that would, like, just a weird thing that you might do as a nerd. And I'm thinking Pocky, and people who like Pocky, you just dash the Pocky on the floor and just start throwing hands. That's the idea that I was coming with to open up with these bars. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I performed, sorry, Slovakia. Yeah, I performed in Slovakia. Yeah, I did. So I performed this song for the very first time in Slovakia. All right, let's keep going. Oh, no, sorry, lie. No, I performed it. I performed a version of this song in Chelmsford, but it wasn't finished yet. I performed it for the first time properly finished in Slovakia. All right. Oh, you're Pocky on the floor. So that's what I'm talking about. Their heart's docky docky when I talk. So docky docky is the sound of your heart beating fast. So that's where that's about. And I knew that I wanted docky docky in it, so I had to think of words that rhymed with it. So Pocky on the floor. The heart, there's no way you could stop me anymore. The heart's docky docky when I talk. And these are multi-syllable rhymes. So throw your Pocky on the floor. Pocky, floor. There's no way you could stop me anymore. Their heart's docky docky when I talk. And luckily, because I'm the UK, talk is talk and not talk, however you Americans say it. Let me Jojo pose their bodies on the floor. That took me a while to get, actually, to just think of where I wanted to go from docky docky when I talk. Bodies on the floor. Get a Jojo reference in as well. Yeah. Had to get the Japanese. More or warida sorewa. More or warida. It's already over. Sorewa. It's not like precise Japanese. It's quite messy, but sorewa is kind of like, what do you think about that? You know, so it's already over. What do you think about that? It's as Japanese goes, it's not great Japanese, but I got the point across, and I checked it with a Japanese friend. He was fine with it. He said it's not perfect, but it would do. So yeah, let's continue. Look, after the amount of haki I've been putting out, I've been blowing up speakers with my voice. I had to let them know that I got the haki of Black King. Looking like I stepped out a manga panel and got active. That is just me flexing about the manga. And I absolutely loved what Levi and AKJ, AJK and Far did with the video in terms of having me stepping out the manga. When I saw this, I almost threw my laptop, I tell you. Look at this, man stepped out the manga panel. It's crazy. Like, those guys just completely interpret what it is. So when I have a music video, I will write a script for my video editors, and I'll tell them exactly what I want and how I want it to look, but then they make it happen. So I said, I want, you know, me to be stepping out of a manga panel, but I didn't know how they were going to make that happen. And the way they represented that, brilliant. Looking like I stepped out of a manga panel and got active. Wish a brother would, so I'll tell him about Axe Kick, right? So it's simple, but wish a brother would, W-O-O-D. So I tell him about Axe Kick, Axe, as well as an actual Axe Kick, wish a brother would, W-O-U-L-D. Nice and simple, but I liked it. That's him. How Shoku Shao. So How Shoku is Conqueror's Haki, right? So How Shoku, I think it's How Shoku no Haki is Conqueror's Haki. So How Shoku Shao, Conqueror Shao, Conqueror's Haki Shao. Easy. Got everybody collapsing. If you know anything about One Piece, you know that the Conqueror's Haki makes people collapse and lose consciousness. But the interesting thing about this, actually... Oh, something happened. Hey, yo! Krillex, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sage Mage, you have a good time, man. You enjoy school tomorrow. Really appreciate the tier 1 sub. Thank you, Krillex. I'll swing a sword for you in a little bit. But yeah. So, got everybody collapsing. Hey, Krillex, thank you for another tier 1 sub. Is that another one? Have you done another one? Another one. Thank you, my G. Yeah, so the interesting thing about that part was, syllable-wise, it doesn't work. So How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing doesn't work. So I had to spread it out a little bit, and I'm actually quite proud with how I did that. So it's How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing in order to make it work. Maybe shrink the chat on screen. Okay, yeah, I'll shrink the chat. Move it above the webcam. Okay. Yeah, good point. Dolby dog. Sorry. I'm still kind of learning how I want to. That better? All right. So, what was the bar before? Looking like I stepped out of manga panel and got active. Wish a better would and I tell him about axe kick. Step into the room and what's it? Tell him about axe kick. Step into the room and they definitely know that's him. How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing. So I say everybody collapsing. It's very slight, but it's because I needed one more syllable to make it work. When you're rapping, in order to make a flow precise, you need to think about your syllable count, right? So just gonna get nerdy for a second because I like this. Looking like I stepped out. Sorry, not doing this right. Looking like I stepped out a manga panel and got active. 15 syllables, yeah. Wish a brother would, so I tell him about axe kick. 13 syllables, right? Wish a brother would, and I'll tell him about axe kick. 13 syllables. So in order to make the next line work, I believe I need somewhere between 15 and 13 syllables. So maybe about 14 or so. Step into the room and they'll definitely know that's him. 13, yeah? How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing, yeah? That's 12, and that's why it doesn't work. So, oh, I love this. I love this. It's so nerdy. I love it. How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing, yeah? Does not work. So in order to make it work, I say everybody, and I add an extra syllable. How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing. Boom, 13. And that's why the flow works. And also collapsing in order to I don't know why I said. Oh, that's why I said collapsing. Let everybody know that's him. How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing. Yeah, instead of collapsing to make the no that's him work. How Shoku Shao got everybody collapsing. Never take backflip. Waku Waku Des anytime. Waku Waku Des. Anya from Spy Family says it a lot. Waku Waku is just the feeling of excitement. So Waku Waku Des anytime that it's action. Easy. Powers go have to get the Shadow noise in. Absolutely. Scouters go nuts. Pop off your ear. So there, I'm talking about the whole Dragon Ball over 9,000, but I didn't want to say over 9,000. I wanted to just get that feeling. Dokkan is the sound of an explosion. When you're reading manga, look out for the Dokkan anytime there's a big boom. It's basically the boom. So, you know, it's the idea. It's like I'm rapping about the boom and the kapows and the smash and everything that you see in Marvel comic books and other comic books, but in the Japanese version of that, yeah? So Dokkan is the boom that you might see in a comic book, okay? So pop off your ear, Dokkan, and blow up. And I love the way that they did that. Make a man gang, and that's again back to Spy Family because they do that a lot. And gang is just the feeling or the idea of being shocked. It's like gang, so make a man shocked. And powers go up, scouters go nuts, pop off your ear, Dokkan, and blow up. So posse scan, make a man gang. So make a man shocked, and you know what? You'll understand when the Japanese words show up. So you'll understand when you see. So it's not because somebody said I still don't understand even though there's Japanese words there. What I mean by that is you'll understand when you see the Japanese words start showing up around me or showing up in the manga panel and you start seeing the sound effects, you'll understand what I'm talking about. That's effectively what I was getting at with that. Is that all making sense to everybody? Yeah, we got the deep science going on. I hope this is interesting for you because I'm finding it super interesting anyway. I just hope this makes a cool video. I just want people to really understand how much thought goes into this. I literally read about 5 to 6 different articles on Japanese onomatopoeia and went through databases of sound effects, of the different sound effects used in manga, just so I could fully understand this. There was like a good month's worth of work before I even really started putting pen to paper here. Chorus, easy. I like earworms for choruses. I like just something that's going to get stuck in your head. So the go, go, go. Easy to replicate, easy to remember. When I'm performing this, the crowd can pick up on it so quickly. Doesn't require a lot of explanation. Menacing. And of course I have to punch up Madara. So for a second, before we get into Rustage's verse, let me just say Rustage is a saint. You know, I've got so much love for that guy. I don't like when people go at him for no reason because he's just such a pure guy. He's such a pure soul and he's just a really good guy. He's so successful, but he is very humble. And I'm super appreciative that he did this feature for me because he doesn't often do features anymore. He doesn't need to. Red has got 1 million subscribers. He doesn't need to do it if he doesn't want to. But he said he would. He said, I was planning this song from like November or December of last year. And he said, I'm probably not going to be able to do this until January or February. And so I wrote my parts and had to wait for him to do his verse. And I wasn't even sure he was going to do it. So I was thinking, okay, am I going to put this out as a 2-verse thing or am I going to try and get another feature? But then he came through for me. And again, God bless him. So he starts off with, they cannot F with me, they'll get goldoed, right? But I thought it'd be funnier to make it a Rustage noise. So I took, I actually spliced a sound effect that he'd made later in the verse into this and did this. I told him I was going to do it. he wasn't sure about it, but I said, no, it'll be fine. So I hope you all liked it. Rustage is innocent but sus. So this is easy. Wallies and Waldos. I can kind of explain Rustage's verse, but I don't know it inside out like that. But Wallies and Waldos, you know, you've got Where's Waldo in the US and you've got Where's Wally in the UK, and a Wally is a silly person basically. I don't remember the last time somebody in England actually called another person a Wally unironically, but it does basically mean a silly person. So act like a bunch of Wallies and Waldos. They talking blue, so watch me put the crew on lock if they gonna move and drop a new goalpost. Just real nice flow there. I like that. They're talking blue, so watch me put the crew on lock if they gonna move and drop a new goalpost. It's just really nice, interspersed multi-syllable. It's simple. It sounds simple, but it's just really, really nice. Drop a new goalpost. I got the gold no men should have. He really does. The brother's got a lot of gold. So desperate. Desperate Dan is. So I said to Rustage, because he said, I obviously don't know Japanese, so I can't talk about Japanese sound effects. So I said, okay, well, just talk about comics and stuff like that in that regard. So over in the UK, we used to, I don't know if we still do, but we used to have a comic called the Beano and another one called the Dandy. The Dandies, one of their flagship characters was a guy called Desperate Dan. I don't remember much about him. They also had a guy called Banana Man who was he was kind of like a mishmash. This guy, a mishmash between Superman and Batman. I think he got stronger when he ate bananas. That was his whole thing. So Desperate Dan, I remember that he likes pies and he's a cowboy. I don't remember much else about him, but that's who that is, in case you were wondering. The brother behind him is from the Beano. He's called Dennis the Menace. And I specifically asked the editor to put him in there as a little Easter egg because the song is called Menacing, and why would I not have somebody called Dennis the Menace in the video? So there you go. Let me check the chat. Beano was Dennis the Menace, exactly. Thank you, loyal B-Dogs. Yeah, so you're getting the behind the scenes. Your 60-year-old dad calls you a Wally sometimes. Well, yeah, see, I think that's an older generation thing. I don't think anybody of our generation is calling someone a Wally. Okay. Dan, read the man, so they're gonna met their match. I don't fully understand where he was going with that, but he said it was a Team Fortress reference, so okay. Also didn't really get what he was talking about with there, but it sounds cool. Because I'm menacing. It's really funny because I'm like, when you meet Rustage, he's the least menacing person you could ever meet, but his voice is menacing. So I was like, yeah, just come in on swag. Just come in with that voice and it will work, don't worry. I love this flow. I love this flow. I love this flow. This is a dummy flow. Like, it doesn't even to me, it doesn't even really matter what he's been saying, although somebody did point out that using the word jettisoned in a rap is just flexing, and I agree, but just check the flow on this part. Cause I'm menacing, straight up, need no editing, drop a man, they've been jettisoned, they gonna act like my nemesis, new genesis, I'm touching new sentences. Lovely, lovely. Cold. Big up Rustage. Lose my mind like the Bloody Nine. That's a Joe Abercrombie reference. Never read the book or the comics, so I don't know much about it, but that's what he said it was. Lose my mind like the Bloody Nine. When I touch the mic, I'm so venomous, huh? Leaving chickens. Rustage has a habit of just saying really weird things and seeing if he can get away with it. Leaving chickens Kentucky Fried. I don't think that has anything to do with anything, but he said it, so it's in there. Personally, if I had written that, I would have said something like leave those cluckers Kentucky Fried or something like that. But I'm fine with leaving chickens Kentucky Fried. I don't know where he was going with that. Maybe he will explain it one day, but yeah, it's there. It's in there. So there we go. What's the chat saying? File flow. Yeah, he popped off. He definitely popped off. Rustage was smoking something that day. He was smoking some air. I know Rustage smoke. I don't want to misrepresent him.
Talking pride, they've been brushed aside, they're too negative, huh?
And I love the huh? I personally just really love
Menacing.
including myself in my videos. I'm at the point in my career where I just can't really be bothered to film music videos anymore, just because filming a music video is expensive both in terms of time and effort and money. And the sorts of music videos that I would want at my stage of career are going to be very expensive. We're talking 10 grand plus. And spending 10 grand on a music video to me just does not make sense. I'd rather spend that on making more music for you guys. So the reason I do these anime videos is not only do that because I like them, but because I want to represent my ideas and thoughts and the energy that I want. And I could never film a video like this. So I love this, but I still want to be in my music video. So I'm very thankful that I have so many manga images of myself that can be included in these videos as well. And just being able to see myself interacting or alongside some of my favorite anime characters makes me very happy. So that's why I'm in it. And I just thank the team, the video team for, sorry, the cat wants to some words. What do you want to say about the video? So yeah, I just want to, don't like it, get out of my house. So I want to thank the video team for being able to animate the single artwork so well and just make it look so cool, you know? Smash everything. Smash everything, it just made sense. Actually, when I was writing this chorus, here's the thing. When I was writing this chorus, I knew it was going to be menacing, smash everything, menacing, and then something else. I had no clue for the longest time what this was going to be. I think I came up with it in the shower, and it was just, don't let him in. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a menacing thing. That sounds like something, like if somebody's standing at your door with menacing characters appearing behind them, you probably don't want to let them in. So that's where that was.
Menacing.
This as well. Look at Naruto's face. Look at Naruto's face. Like, he's not okay. He's not okay. Look at him. He's not okay. He needs help. And the important thing about this video as well is it's predominantly manga panels that are animated as well. Thank you so much, Mad Pop Rock 2016. I really appreciate it. I will say my only critique for Rustage's verse, I find that the way he performed this wasn't as high energy as the first verse. I know, actually, a little behind the scenes there, when Rustage was writing his verse, he asked me how I wanted him to record it, and he was saying, you know, I tried recording it with the same high energy you did, and I just don't like how it sounded. And I actually said to him, look, do it in your own way, just do it with the real cocky, confident energy, and use your low voice. That's what I want. I want a difference between us. I don't want you to do what I do. I want you to do what you do. And that's why Rustage's energy isn't up there with me, but I don't think it needs to be, because Rustage actually has a very deep voice, and I think he can carry that with the confidence, cocky energy that he comes with. So I just wanted a difference there. Rustage did a whole verse on the worldwide Cypher too with just those kind of bars. Yeah, he said some very sus things on that Cypher, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so anyway, something about hungry hippos. What? Come here. I'm recording a video for YouTube. You're ruining it. Ruining it. I'm gonna throw you like bad cat parent. I'm not gonna throw you. Come here. Sorry, people. I'm gonna get the cat. We'll have the cat for the bars break. Want to break down the bars as well? Okay. I'm gonna break down the bars with Mitzi, the cat. The cat who is, how old are you now? You're 22, 23. Anyway, so yeah, that was the reason why Rustage's verse is a bit different to mine in terms of energy. What was the last thing I was going to say about this? I don't remember. I might remember later. Right. So yeah, a lot of thought goes into this, and there was back and forth between me and him, but essentially that was the decision making behind this. So then we get to literally my favorite part in this video. Man like King Chris. Listen, I've been watching this guy for the longest time, and I'm a big fan of what he's done and what he's about as a person. So when I heard he was coming to London, he was going to Uzumaki's in London, a really awesome anime Japanese food restaurant in London. So I spoke to the owner, and he spoke to Chris, and Chris said, yeah, come down. So went down, met him on the Sunday and hung out with him. And when I met him, he was like, look, I'm really sorry. I've been filming all day yesterday, so I'm pretty low energy. I'm, you know, if I'm quiet, I'm not being rude. I'm just very tired. And I'd literally just come back from Slovakia the night before. I said, don't worry, my dude, it's fine. I'm tired as well. I've just come back from a show. And number one, I appreciated that from him because contrary to popular belief, I'm actually an introvert, and I struggle to interact with people for long periods of time. I prefer to have one-on-one conversations with people rather than being big groups, and my energy definitely gets sapped the longer I'm in social situations, and I need to just go away and have a bit of a break. So it was, and I suspect he's very similar to me. So it was really nice of him to just preface our conversation and say, look, if I'm quiet, it's not you, it's just I'm tired. And I think I want to start doing that more, you know, just letting people know that it's got nothing to do with you if I don't particularly want to talk. I'm just tired. And I think that will help people feel a little bit more comfortable and better. And in the end, actually, we ended up talking for like 4 or 5 hours just about anime and life and everything. And he was such a nice guy. And we got on really, really well. And, you know, I told him I was a fan of his and I just love what he's doing and how he's built his fan base and audience and everything. And I was explaining about the Fortnite track that I did recently, and he was like, oh, you did that? Then it turns out I'm a fan of you too. So that was really nice as well, because he'd heard the song and he really likes it. So I casually mentioned to him, I have this new single that I'm working on. It's called Menacing. Can I send it to you? I'd really love a cameo for you in the video. And I didn't quite know what I wanted him to do just because I didn't know if he would say yes. But, you know, we exchanged numbers, we talked, I sent him the track and he loved it. And he said he'd love to do the cameo. And so then my mind started working. And my favourite skit from King Chris is definitely the Welcome to Cooking with Sanji skits and the whole milk thing. So if you've never seen a King Chris skit, this will not hit in the same way. But if you know who he is and if you've seen his skits, you'll know why this is funny. And the whole purpose is he goes around as Sanji stealing milk from female anime characters and they get really mad at him. So I just thought it'd be really funny to do that, but with me. Let's see what chat is saying real quick. Cat content, exactly. Found King Chris 3 months ago, haven't regretted it. No, he's fantastic. Fantastic. The whole milk thing is really, really funny. Oh, yeah, Words of Paradise. Yeah, it made me sad that you missed the ending, but we're going to watch the ending, don't worry. So, yeah, the whole milk thing, that's where that comes from in terms of the skit. So we basically backed and forth on voice notes, and I said to him, okay, this is how I envision it. And then he said, okay, so... And then I said to him, I said to him, I'll call you and then I'll just kind of stare at you menacingly. And then he said it would be really cool if you then start rapping down the phone at me. So that's how this skit basically took shape. And the way that I did it, I filmed all of my parts on the phone, edited it, then sent it to him. Then he filmed his part, presumably put it on his phone and filmed it on his side. So I didn't actually call him at the time. It was a recording of me calling him. And the reason it was a call in the first place was because I wanted the Den Den Mushi, the snail phone part at the beginning to make sense as to why I'm picking up a phone. Otherwise, it was just a random part. And to be honest, when I made the noise at the beginning, it was just random. There was no plan for the Den Den Mushi or the snail phone to have any other meaning other than it's just a cool sound that I like. But I'm really glad I was able to tie that back into the skit in the middle of the video.
Today, we will be testing some of Shao's.
Don't do it, man. Don't do that.
This looks quite exquisite.
Don't you drink that. I love that reaction. I love that reaction shot as well, actually. He's such a pro with what he does. I believe he studied film at university, so he really knows what he's doing in terms of shots and facial expressions and stuff. But that is just brilliant, man. I filmed that about 4 or 5 times just to get the real good screw face on there. And then I just love how it goes from that back into the rapping again.
Hit him with a dart, Black Ranger, come like a mastodon. Man, break up the legs on this path I'm on. They blatantly won't survive.
So, man, break up, tell him I'm a Don, hit him with a Don. So Don is, I got this actually from One Piece. And if you play the One Piece card games, there are Don cards. And the Don is just like an energetic, like, Don! You know, it's kind of like the kaboom! Or it's just like I can't explain it. It's just Don. It's just like energy, right? So tell him I'm a Don, hit him with a Don. You know, like hit him with the energy. Black Ranger, come like a Master Don. So Master, M-A-S-T-E-R space D-O-N or Master Don. Now, in the OG Power Rangers, the Black Ranger piloted the Master Don. So that's where that comes from. That phone glare gave the Rock's eyebrow energy. Yeah, I can't do the eyebrow, but that was effectively what I was going for. Chekhov's Den Den Mushi. Also unrelated, but my grandma fell in love with your touring Japan videos on. Ah, thank you so much. I'm going to be doing another one very soon. With the birth of my son, it's been quite difficult to work on an anime fan explores Japan. But the new episode, I'm hoping to get out next week. So yeah, come like a mastodon, man, break up the legs on this Parthamon. They blatantly won't survive half as long. I'm taking the onomatopoeia, so I'm taking the onomatopoeia, so it really just ties back to the whole purpose of the track. It's about onomatopoeia. So I'm taking the onomatopoeia, better catch these bars, so understand these bars.
Onomatopoeia, better catch these bars
if you da da da. So da 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 is the sound of running in manga. So if you read any manga, you see a character running, you might see that character. That's it's normally ta, but with those two lines at the top, it becomes da. So if you see da 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 da, it's normally the sound effect for running. So if you run, you can catch these bars. Is basically what I'm saying.
You can catch these bars
and I zeh haha when I actually laugh. It had nothing to do with anything. I just really like the zeh haha.
When I actually laugh, throw a pub make it catch these bars.
So a pub make you catch these bars. So I just wanted to say catch these bars, catch these bars, catch these bars, right? Now the interesting part about this was I had this exact scene in my mind when I wrote throw a pub when you make you catch these bars. I then went back to the scene to make sure when I was explaining to the video editors what I wanted and realized that Burgess did not throw a bar at Ace. He actually threw something like a hotel. So I said to them, okay, I'm not changing. Oh, and there's Burgess there, by the way. I've only just noticed that. Hey! Thank you for the subscription, Koala AST. Thank you for the subscription with Amazon Prime. Really appreciate you. God bless you. So it wasn't a pub, it was a hotel or something like that. And I said, look, I'm not changing the bar, so just rewrite whatever the sign is on that building and make it a pub. So that's what happened there. Now, oh, I love this. And I really want to explain this. So whilst I was going down my rabbit hole of understanding Japanese gitego or onomatopoeia, I started getting into Japanese slang as well and internet speak. And one thing I learned was that in Japan, if you want to, what they do in order to type applause, so they don't use the applause emoji, they type 8888 and they'll type 8s, right? Now the reason they do that is because 8 is hachi in Japanese, and hachi is, I think it's the same word for clap, right? For clapping. So if you type 8888, you're basically saying hachi, 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 which is clap, 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 right? Nana, hachi, yeah, it's hachi. So in Japan, when you type 8, if you see them typing 8888, it's basically applause, it's clapping. So type 888 in the chat, so round of applause in the chat, or my flow might smother you. I know that flow can't smother you, but I don't care, I wrote it, deal with it, right? So type 888 in the chat, that's what that's about. Or my flow might smother you. You see LOLs, I see W's. Again, hold on, let me just check what the chat is saying. 8888, thank you for the applause, Lobby Dog. So this I'm also really proud of. So you see LOLs, ICWs. To explain this, again, I'm referencing Japanese internet speak. So I learned this a while ago. I featured on a female internet, well, YouTuber called Cannon's channel. And she's a Japanese YouTuber. Really, really cool. And all of her fan base are Japanese. And when I was reading through the comments and translating them with Google Translate, there was a lot of W's. People were just writing W. And I was like, why do people keep writing W? Turns out, W stands for warui. I think it's, no, waru, which basically means to laugh, right? So the W is basically them saying laugh. And it's the Japanese version of LOL, right? So if you ever see just bare W's, it's the Japanese version of LOL, yeah? So I'm saying you see LOLs, I see W's, right? So you see laugh out louds and I see warus, right? So I'm seeing the Japanese version of laughs. Or you see laughs for your stuff and I see wins for my stuff, yeah? Or you see LOL stands for you see losses on losses and I see wins, W's. So there are several ways of interpreting that, but basically the core message for this is that the Japanese version of LOL is W's. So I'm basically saying I see the Japanese version whilst you just see the English version and people just laugh at you whilst I win. And I'm really, really proud of that bar because it's so simple, but it's so complex at the same time. And I really, really like it. And nobody has really got that. Somebody in the comments got it, but none of the None of the reactors have gotten it, and I don't think they ever will. So that bar, in fact, was what made me want to do this in the first place, just to really explain the thought process that went on behind that. So yeah, I think that's like a double entendre, maybe even a triple entendre. Not the 888 Casino. Yeah, they're applauding because you're giving them their money.
You see LOLs, ICWs, Koso guys.
Koso Koso guys, all lies and subterfuge. Koso Koso is the sound of sneaking. So sneaky guys see. Well, I've written it in the subtitles, but sneaky guys are all lies and subterfuge.
All lies and subterfuge, menacing vibes in the air when I'm coming through.
Nice.
Shadow noise.
I had always just wanted to rhyme shadow noise in an actual bar, so there you go.
Now no choice.
Paulo, but now rejoice, and let me show you. So I was using Duolingo recently and learned the word for soy sauce, which is shoyu. And I was like, that sounds very much like show you. So I thought I'm gonna include that in a bar somewhere. So let me show you like the sauce from soy, or let me show you like the sauce from soy. Yeah, so soy sauce, show you. Easy.
Show you like the sauce from soy, but a cow when I'm.
And I wanted to finish off again with a sound effect. So gow is the sound of roaring. So better gow when I roar with my mouth and voice. So gow sounds like go. So better go when I roar with my mouth and voice. Better gow when I roar with my mouth and voice.
Roar with my mouth and voice.
I love that the editors included real menacing women at the end as well. I really like that. Man like Sasori,
Smash everything.
Inen, Katsumaki, Mob.
Menacing.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. And of course, my dude Denji. Don't let him in. And I said, okay, we have to. I've spent like a good £100 getting this snail phone made. We have to include it in the video more than once, please. So we ended with the snail phone right there, saying don't let him in. Boom. Now, I'm aware that most people don't, as soon as people see stuff like this, they just stop the video, but I wanted to give those who give me the watch time a little bit more of a reward. So we have this ending bit here. And again, when I was talking to Chris, I said, I really love when he does the whole anime characters about to kiss each other thing. And I was thinking, how would I react if Sanji tried to kiss me? And this is exactly how I would react. I'm just really proud of the facial expression. Look at my eyes. I filmed that another 3 or 4 times, and I was just trying to convey the amount of dread and foreboding in my face with just my eyes, and I think I got it. I don't know what you guys think, but I think I got it. So I know I said it in the reaction, but it's worth saying again. This beat is so freaking intense. Thank you so much, Words of Paradise, and thank you for your reaction as well. Yeah, it felt menacing. Sometimes when I just hear a beat, I know exactly what the song is going to be about. And I heard the beat and I was like, yeah, this sounds menacing. It sounds like a menacing song, so it's going to be menacing. And that's kind of what it is. Yeah, so, and again, I wanted this song to be something that wasn't just nerdcore per se. I wanted it to just be a good song that has a basis in anime. So I didn't want it to just be like, oh, this is about JoJo and I'm going to talk about menacing in JoJo. I wanted it to just be a damn good song that has anime references, and I think I kind of hit that. Thank you, Stein Kid, for all the emojis. So that's it. That's the end of the bars breakdown. I hope that has all made sense to you. How long did that take us? 9 minutes. Wow, that's a long bars breakdown. But yeah, I hope that all made sense to you. I hope it gives you a little bit more of an insight into what I was thinking and feeling and just coming up with for the song. Before I finish this off, did anybody have any questions about the song or any questions about the creative process or just about my thoughts, feelings, etc. about what I was doing with this song? I'm happy to answer any. I will be, whilst I'm waiting for questions, I will be playing Zelda. What the hell is the Tears of the Kingdom? I want to say Tears of the Wild. It's not. It's Tears of the Kingdom, right? I'll be playing that afterwards. I'm going to take like a 5-minute break because I want to end this video so that it's its own video. And then I will be coming back. So just don't go anywhere and I'll be back in literally like some more play some Tears, right? But before I finish this video, does anyone have any questions or any burning questions? Hey dog, how you doing? Is that an okay in regards to me playing Tears of the Kingdom, or is that a question? you have a home studio or do you go to a studio? So I have a home studio. Literally beneath my house in my basement is my studio. So that whole section, that whole opening section where you see like literally one room, one wall in my studio. And I think now that I've seen how awesome it looks on video, because I filmed it in 8K. Now that I've seen how awesome it looks, I am going to film more stuff in my studio because I've got a lot of cool stuff in there. So I may do a couple more intros for my videos for my studio, but that is literally my recording studio. I record everything from my basement recording studio. I call it the Shao. Yeah, man cave basically. Oh, you heard it on the radio yesterday, Steinkid. Which radio station did you hear it on? I got to tell Rusty we got played on radio. Which station was it on? What other questions? Oh, just to say hi. No problem, K-Dog. Thank you. Hello. No questions for K-Dog. That might be all of our questions. Unless I want to know what radio station. New song Menacing is dope. Thank you very much. Please continue to stream it on Spotify. So far, it's my best performing track so far. Really, really happy. So thank you. You had lines planned where you had to fill the gaps. How do you write bars down and plan around that? So what do you mean by fill the gaps, Koala? What do you mean fill the gaps in terms of the sound effects or with Rustage? I'll wait for you to finish your question. Still interested to know what radio station this was. Why did I pick me in a Jotaro outfit for the thumbnail? Just simply because the Menacing meme for me is synonymous with JoJo. I know that it is in a lot of other stuff. For instance, I'm watching Kaguya Love is War, and they use the Menacing sound effect a lot in that as well. But for me, the Menacing meme goes hand in hand with JoJo, so that's why I did the Jotaro. And because, you know, I just wanted to like Jotaro for the thumbnail. But I feel that when you think Menacing, you think JoJo. Oh, Kane FM. Oh, okay, by DJ M Grimes. Sick. Go on, Kane FM. Thank you for the play. Awesome. So yeah, that's basically the thought process behind it. And the thing is, not all of my artwork is going to represent what the song's actually about. It's more just encapsulating the overall idea of it, you know? Where you know the rhymes on one but don't. Oh, I don't. Okay, I see. So, for instance, throw your pocky on the floor. There's no way you can stop me anymore. Their hearts docky when I talk. Better let me JoJo pose at their bodies on the floor like more or what it does. So they were do. I don't. The way that I write in order. So I don't write bar 1 and then bar 3 and then try and fill in bar 2. I might have an idea about what bar 3 might be, but I'm not moving on until I get bar 2. Basically, so that's how I do it personally. I have to know what's going to be on bar 2 because bar 3 has to make sense in relation to bar 1 and 2 and also rhyme with those as well. So it's quite difficult for me to write all over the place and write one bar and then write another bar over here and then come back to this bar. I write like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, so I write quite orderly in that regard. Does that answer your question? And I guess I could take one more question and we'll make that around about an hour. So if anyone has one final burning question about the song, if not, then I just want to say thank you so much for enjoying the Menacing video. Yeah, avoid gaps and power forward. Yeah. So that is also part of the reason why it takes me so long to write, because sometimes I'll get stuck on a bar. And just as I was saying at the start, I opened it with throw your pocky on the floor. There's no way you could stop me anymore. Then I'm like, how do I move on from there? Because pocky on the floor, right? So I need pocky and floor to rhyme. Stop me, more. Arts docky when I talk. And I'm like, where do I go from there? Because then I'm running out of bars that are going to make sense and are going to rhyme within that rhyme scheme. So it's really difficult. And I took a good couple days thinking about where I wanted to go from there. And I got, let me JoJo pose at their bodies on the floor, like more or what it does, sorry, wa door. And it doesn't complete rhyme, but it's there. And I think it works. So yeah. I power forward. Not everybody does, but that's how I do things. It takes me longer, but I think that the overall end product is better because I've really thought everything through, really in, you know. Will we see more breakdowns on older videos? That's up to you. Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy this bar breakdown? If you did, I can definitely do it, and I'll be happy to take. I'll be happy to take. What's the word I want? Not recommendations. Requests for the next bars breakdown that I do. If you liked this, I'm more than happy to do it more. Did you know May the 8th was the 3-year anniversary of the Shonen Jump Cipher, where many folks first heard you? I did not know that. Did you know May the 4th was the day that my son was born? So yeah, aloha, it's Yoro okay? Hello, how are you doing? And thank you everybody for the subscriptions. I think we're going to end that bars breakdown right there. Like I said, I am going to continue. We're going to play some Tears of the Kingdom, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to end this stream so that the video gets uploaded to YouTube, and then I'm going to be right back. So just stay wherever you are, and we're going to play some Tears of the Kingdom. We're going to run around as Zelda from Zelda and try and find Link from... Okay? So yeah. Nice. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this bars breakdown. My name is Shao. You are listening to Menacing featuring Rustage and King Chris. Thank you so much to King Chris and Rustage and everybody involved with making that track what it was. Please continue to listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all of that. And make sure to run it up on YouTube. Share it with your friends, because I really think if they're into anime and they're into good music, but they don't want to go too nerdy, it's a good track. Show them. Thank you. Peace. All right, I'll be back.